friends, welcome to the Houston Zoo. My name is Anna. I'm an otter keeper here at the Natural Encounters building. And today we're going to be showing some ice treats off with our Asian small-clawed otters, Dahn Tu and Athena. We hope you guys are staying nice and cool this summer, just like Dahn Tu and Athena are. So we're going to see if they are interested in hanging out with their ice treats today. We have a wide variety of things here for them today. We've got some fish frozen in their ice treats, some bugs frozen in this large one here in the middle, some shrimp in the little jolly balls there, and then some mussels are hidden in their acrylic logs. So otters are carnivorous species, so they do primarily eat meat. Shellfish and crustaceans and fish make up the largest portion of their diet. Here they come. So the one in the very front is Dahn Tu. He is our 13-year-old male, and the one behind him is Miss Athena. She is our 4-year-old female. Now, as they kind of explore their new environment with all these new ice treats, you're going to notice they're going to use their their paws and their nose to kind of sniff out what we've got. They have some fresh hay down in the pit there that they're scent marking right now. Otters do love to use scenting as a way to communicate with each other. Looks like Athena and Dahn Tu are going after the big ice pop first. So Asian small-clawed otters are the smaller of the 13 otter species. They are also some of the most vocal, so they have been known to vocalize up to 12 different types of noises, as a way to communicate with each other. They are also monogamous, so they will live as a pair, solo, these two lovebirds, for the remainder of their lives. Dahn Tu, being 13 years old, is older for an Asian small-clawed otter. Their lifespan is on average mid to late teens. In human care, there have been some otters that have lived into their 20s. So Dahn Tu is getting on up there as an older gentleman, but he and Athena are very happy together munching on their ice treats. Now, you guys at home, probably here in Houston, are seeking out some cooler weather since the heat flash here. It's very, very hot here in Texas. Dahn Tu and Athena stay nice and cool by hanging out in the water most of the time. Otters can hold their breath for up to 8 minutes. And the way that they do that is by actually sealing off their nostrils and their ears when they dive under the water. So they're very impressive swimmers. You also hardly ever see a dry otter because they have a double layer coat, and that double layer coat allows them to be wet on the top and dry on the bottom. So they're never fully soaked all the way through, even though it looks like they're always going to be a little wet. That is that water repellent coat that's on the top. Athena's got a cute little ice treat there. Dahn Tu is going for the mussels. So as I said, these guys are carnivores. They do eat meat. Here they're getting some silversides, some shrimp, some mussels. They get restaurant quality fish, so sustainably caught seafood here at the Houston Zoo. It is restaurant quality. The same kind of stuff that you and I eat from the grocery store is what these guys get as well. A group of otters out in the wild is called a romp. They do live in family groups. Oh, and we do have a question. Waylon asks, what kinds of enrichment do they get? That's a good question. So enrichment is anything we can give our animals to mentally and physically stimulate some of those behaviors you would be seeing in their natural environment. So our otters get a lot of foraging enrichment, a lot of scent enrichment. They get a variety of different substrates to dig around in. They get a variety of different ice treats. They get things to bury and hide. They love to use nesting material in their exhibit space, so we often have hay or wood wool of some kind to have them nest in. Anything that we can kind of do to help stimulate some of those natural behaviors. So they like scent enrichment. They really enjoy different smells. But I'd say the ice treats, as you can see, are definitely their favorite. So Asian clawed otters will often go for their prey with their hands rather than their mouth. That is something a little special to them. Things like the giant river otter and the North American river otter, they're a little more mouth first, hands later. The Asian small-clawed otters are definitely more of a manipulation kind of species. They would rather grab it with their little hands than use their mouth first off. So the trick to this jolly ball here is there is a piece of ice frozen in the jolly ball, so he needs to bring it to the water to have it melt to get the snack out of. he might be a little too interested in trying to get the easier stuff first. Dahn Tu, as a personality, is kind of a little less challenged than Athena. Athena will take her time to sort through it a little quicker. Dahn Tu, if he can't get to it in 2 seconds, he's pretty impatient, so he'll move on to the next one. The ice treat that Athena is investigating has got bugs in it, so they do also eat bugs in their natural environment, earthworms and mealworms, crickets. It's not a huge portion of their diet, but it is fun for a snack. So as I said before, in case you guys have just joined us our Facebook Live, we've got our 2 Asian small-clawed otters, Dahn Tu and Athena, hanging out with us, eating some ice treats for a snack today, helping us stay cool in this Houston heat. Asian small-clawed otters are the smallest of the 13 otter species, and they are found in Southeast Asia. And if you guys have any questions during this Facebook Live, feel free to ask. We'd be happy to answer them. Or you could just watch the otter cuteness. It is pretty cute. How can we help save them in the wild? That is a good question. So deforestation is a really big hindrance to these guys out in their natural environment. And this month of July is actually Sea Turtle Saving Summer. So it's Plastic-Free July, in case you guys have never heard of that before. So anything you can do to help reduce your plastic use, reduce your pollution, reduce your environmental footprint, your carbon footprint. These guys are not an endangered species yet, but anything we can do to help save their natural habitat, we would love to do that. And you can also do it right here in Texas. So if you come visit Dahn Tu and Athena here at the Houston Zoo, anytime you come visit the zoo, you are helping to save these animals in the wild. The proceeds of our tickets go towards the conservation efforts to these guys in their native habitat. So anytime you come to visit the zoo, you're actually helping save animals in the wild. And it's also important to remember that you don't have to do these giant plastic-free July events all year round. Even if you do one little simple swap, switching your grocery bags from the plastic to the reusable ones, that is even helping these animals out in their natural environment without doing too much of a big shift for you. So even the little things are helpful, and Dahn Tu and Athena and the otters out in their natural environment would greatly appreciate it. The question is, what's your favorite thing about working with otters? Definitely their personalities. So Dahn Tu and Athena are 2 very personable otters. Dahn Tu and Athena have pretty different personalities. Athena's a little more shy, a little more reserved, so building a relationship with her is really fundamental and important to my job, and it's really beneficial when she gets over a scary enrichment item that she maybe was a little apprehensive about. She's really fun to kind of work through those challenging scary things for her. Dahn Tu is very confident. He's very sure of himself. He will test your boundaries when you're trying to teach him new things. So he can be pretty stubborn. So their personalities are just my favorite part of working with them. They're very fun. They're very active. They are oftentimes, if they're not sleeping on the exhibit, they are running around. Athena gets the zoomies pretty frequently. So they are definitely some of the best parts of my job, for sure. Roxy asks, where do they live in the wild? That's a good question. So they are found in Southeast Asia. They are Asian small-clawed otters, and they live along the riverbanks there. They are a marshy, kind of swampy species, so they hang out in the marshy marshlands of Southeast Asia. Good question, Roxy. Julia asks, do you have a favorite between the two? That's like asking to pick a favorite kid. Of course I don't. I like them both for different reasons. So like I said, personality between the two of them is very different. So some days Dahn Tu tests my patience, some days Athena tests my patience. So whoever is the best at shifting for me is usually the one who's on the leaderboard for the day. But they're both very, very good otters, personality-wise, every day of the week. So I could never pick a favorite. For those of you guys just joining us, we've got Dahn Tu and Athena, our Asian small-clawed otters, enjoying some ice treats and some fun enrichment. If you guys have any questions during a Facebook Live, feel free to send them to us. We'd be happy to answer them. What is your favorite memory of them? Ooh, that's a good one. Athena, like I said, she gets the zoomies a lot, and she'll get them behind the scenes when you're trying to shift her out on exhibit. And so sometimes she'll come over and she'll just kind of hold on to your knee when she doesn't want you to let her outside, when she'd rather be back there hanging out with you. So that's very cute. I love whenever these two get any kind of fun enrichment. I think it's hysterical to watch Dahn Tu scent mark the wood wool and the hay. Anytime I give him a different substrate and he's rolling all in it, that is just the cutest thing to me. So the two of them, it's always something. It's never a dull moment with these two. They have a very high metabolism, so they eat 5 times a day. So I am in charge of feeding them 5 times a day, and every feeding is just something different. They are in the Natural Encounters building. We just got a question, what area of the zoo are they in? Dahn Tu and Athena are found in the Natural Encounters building, which is going to be the first building on the left when you walk into the zoo. We are right next to the gift shop. All right, guys. Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Join us again next week. And hey, when you're at the Houston Zoo, come cool off with myself, Dahn Tu, and Athena. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Thanks so much for watching.